when he give the taxonomy, he give like Latin name. The genus is Caffea, the species is Arabica, and then the variety Typica. And when he called Coffee Arabica, he give the like what does mean? They said the Arabic jasmine with laurel leaf, the bean of which we call coffee.
Welcome to the Daily Coffee Pro by Mapper Forward, friends. I'm your host, Lee Safar, and this is episode 3 of a 5-part series of a fascinating conversation that we're having about the history of coffee. Mohammed, today we're going to talk about where does the name Arabica come from and when was Canephora, or as most people call it, robusta, when was it discovered? So over to you. Tell us.
Yeah. Arabica name is come from when Carl Bollinet put the taxonomy, how we name things. And we still use it until now. We study it in Zurich University and all the coffee history, all people, even on the coffee brand. They put like a hierarchy, how we name the species and variety. They start from kingdom, plant or plantae, then they start phylum, then we have the class, which angiosperma, which is the coffee that's the coffee which give a fruit, let us say. And then go back another level to family. Then after family, they have genus. The genus they call genus is Caffea. Then after genus, they call species. At the time when they say species was only Arabica, they got Caffea, then Arabica. And then they give another hierarchy is the variety. When we have variety, they get Typica. Was at the time only Typica, okay? And then after that, I think was Bourbon, Typica and Bourbon. This is the main. Even Bourbon is come from Typica. We will talk about it.
It's a mutation though, right? Folks, our first on-demand workshop, How to Become a Coffee Consultant, is now available for you to learn at your own pace for just €50, and it comes with a certificate upon completion. Go to mapperforward.coffee/workshops or click the link in the show notes for more details. Support this podcast by supporting our sponsors.
Yeah, when he give the taxonomy, he give like Latin name. The genus is Caffea, the species is Arabica, and then the variety Typica. And when he called Coffee Arabica, he give the like what does mean? They said the Arabic jasmine with laurel leaf, the bean of which we call coffee.
Okay.
And now when we make cupping for the coffee during Q grader, like when we cup coffee from Ethiopia, if the coffee gets floral like jasmine, say, oh wow, this is very good, high quality. And even the name, when he give it in 1700, 1750 or 1760, when he give the name, they come because there are no coffee on the world, only from the Arabic Peninsula. And when he describe the coffee, say Arabic jasmine with laurel leaf, the coffee with the beans of which we call coffee. Then this name was only people knows the coffee Arabica. That's why when the coffee planted in the Asia, they call Arabigo. Some they call Kayako. Some they give local name. But that means it's the only coffee with ordinary coffee, which we call it Typica. Okay, the Typica was only the coffee or the tree was in Arabic Peninsula, and with some kind of property like the leaves, the nodes, and the fruit, all these coming with the different shape. Then after that, when they take the coffee from Yemen, planted in Brazil, and the town is called Margogipe or Margogipe, the coffee mutated and become more bigger and giant or elephant.
Huge beans.
Yeah, huge bean. That's but it's Typica, same property, same taste profile. They call Margogipe, and they give the name in Brazil Margogipe.
Okay.
And when they planted in like Hawaii, they give it name Ken, or I think Ken, or what's the other name? In India, they give different name. In Indonesia, they give Boreng Dal because Dutch like the name like valley and mountain. They give different name, but all names has come to Typica coffee. And until 1897, look, from 1897, the Louis Payer, was on the visit to Gabon, and he discovered the robusta or canephora coffee. And then they come the second species we call robusta or canephora. That's been 200 years, they are only Arabica, and then they come canephora on 1897. And when they discovered the canephora, then they take it from Gabon and they plant it in West Africa, like Tanzania, Uganda, all these places. And then they take it from there, they plant it in Vietnam as well. Now Vietnam, the big producer of canephora coffee as well. Yeah, and when they make a study as well to know what other species available, because the coffee Arabica was in danger, they documented about 125 species. They find like Liberca species, Arabica species, Arabica canephora is the biggest. Then they find now most probably Liberca, Eugenides, Stenifolia, and there are about 125, 126 species. But the only species, the only species consumable and drinkable and have a good taste, and we can trade as Arabica and Canephora, and right now a little bit Eugenides and Liberca. Only 4 species. That's why they call Arabica endangered,
endogenous.
And it's really very, very dangerous because endangered because climate change.
So it's an endangered species.
Endangered species, and there are what's the replacement of Arabica. That's why Robusta come, and Robusta quality, the drinking or the taste of Robustas, is not like as Arabica. And there are some mutation, cross hybridization between Arabica and Canephora. They call Catimur, and they make a lot of and then. There are try really to find in Kew Garden in London, try to plant Liberca and give some kind of a process to have a good quality, because even the taste profile, they planted in the Philippines, I think, and I think Sasha Sistis, they make some of process carbon maceration or some process to give it more really good taste. Or to say,
but you have to mess with that coffee to get the kind of flavor that you want. Something that I saw a lot of in Hawaii when I was recently there is that they're using a different rootstock. So they'll use a Liberica rootstock, or they'll use a Eugenoides rootstock. I know that they're doing stuff like that in India, as they're trying to find an alternative for Robusta and for Arabica, because while the fruit from, let's say, a Liberica isn't that fantastic, but as a rootstock, it's fantastic, because while Robusta is quite shallow in the way that the roots spread out, but that means that it needs a lot more water. Whereas with Liberica and with other varietals, their roots go deep into the ground. And so because of that, they're more stable plants to be grafted onto. So they'll graft a Gesha on there, or they'll graft a Pacamara or a Typica. They'll graft onto the rootstock of something more stable than Arabica or Robusta, so that they can start to see if they can go from F1 to F2 and further, like to see if they can get to the F6. For anyone who's wondering what the F means, it's just the generation in genetic speak. So this is really interesting what's going on with regards to the way that they're trying to meet the endangerment of Arabica, as you were talking about, with regards to the current climate issues that we've got. Because I'm not sure that Robusta is going to be the solution, because it requires so much water, and that's a part of the problem with climate change, right?
Yes, and even if I can say to you one thing, before 1985, was no coffee production in Vietnam as a mass production. Just from 1985 till now, from 1985 till now, Vietnam take over 40% of coffee consumption from and most of the coffee Robusta come from Vietnam. They take it for the soluble coffee, right? Or for instant coffee, right now. And right, there are good quality, or there are fine cup of Robusta. They try to put like SCA, the Arabica specialty coffee. They're fine cup of Robusta. And I have a friend Q grader and they specialize in robusta. They say to me they are a really good quality of on robusta. They try to improve and they try to have as a replacement. But like Arabica, until now, no. Like Bourbon or the geisha or the fruity, sweet,
No.
with the really complex taste that you can't find
No.
it really similar. Yeah.
I moderated a panel at World of Coffee Dubai earlier this year with producers from Ghana. And Ghana is trying really, really hard to grow a lot of Robusta. They have an emerging market in Robusta over in Ghana. And I got to say, it was some of the best Robusta I've tasted so far. It was really delicious. It was starting to evolve a bit of a complex flavor profile. So I think that they may be onto something there. If people do get the chance to taste Ghanaian coffee, do yourself a favor and taste it. It's actually quite delicious. So tell us, is there anything else that we need to know about the name of Arabica or about Canephora, or shall we go on to the next episode? Are we ready for the next episode?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Folks, in the next episode, we're going to talk about how coffee was first prepared and consumed. This is, both of us being Arabs, it's really fun to hear these stories for me, because it wasn't until I started spending so much time in the Middle East that I started to realize how deeply steeped in our culture coffee is. So I'm really excited about hearing these stories in the next episode. Peace, love, and peanut butter. Have an amazing rest of your day, everyone. Thanks for tuning in, friends. There are 2 ways you can support this podcast. Firstly, become a paid member of our YouTube channel. Secondly, you can join our Patreon for as little as $3 a month. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video before you leave, and check the show notes for more information. Now, this is what you should check out next.